What's happening, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing well. So today I'm working on my boy here, the Abomination. So obviously from the time lapse you saw I already got the Banks cold air intake with the big ass super scoop. Obviously it's replacing this extremely restrictive system. I just picked this truck up. It's a 2021 Ram 2500. When I got it, whoever had this truck before, I don't think, he took the best care of it. Don't get me wrong, the truck is in great condition. I checked it. It's like mechanically sound and everything. But when you go to a dealership and all they do is pretty much shine up the outside. So a lot of things, I'll put up something on the side, a lot of things were wrong. Like the air filter was literally had so much junk in it. Look at this. You know what I mean? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna vacuum all of that stuff out before I put everything back. But what I wanted to tell you is, obviously, this is a turbo diesel and today is one of the first cold days. We're in October, okay? Today's the 8th of October and it's freaking pretty cold outside. You know what I mean? I'm an early bird. I got up at, what, 3:30 and I went to the gym and then I came back and, I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff. But obviously this is going to replace this restrictive air box, and I just wanted to show you this stuff is so heavy and there's a lot of freaking restrictions in here. I don't know if you could see it, but there's a lot of restriction in here. It's yeah, and which means the air is not flowing as freely as it should, if you get what I'm saying. If you look at the bank stuff right here, all the corners and everything's nice and smooth. Now with this filter, if you're wondering, this is a dry filter. This will be a lot less maintenance, okay? A lot less maintenance. As far as, let's see, I have the K&N oiled filter like on my STI that has 840 horsepower at the wheels. If you're battling between either the dry filter or the oil filter, the airflow is damn near the same, just the oil filter, it's a different material. This is more of like a synthetic material that they use. That's why you don't need to oil it. The other material that they use in the oiled version is like cotton, and it's like a cotton type material. I don't know if there's any blends in it, but it's a cotton material that you have to oil. Obviously you have to clean it and oil it from time to time depending on your usage. Now, when does that matter? Yes, the cotton one does flow. It flows a lot of air, but that would only matter for this truck if I start doing work, a lot of work, like changing out turbos and increasing the wheel horsepower dramatically. That's where you're gonna see the effects between this and the oiled version. But for now, this is gonna flow perfectly fine. Okay, now if I ever, which I'm probably going to, but if I ever boost this system like even higher and to make a lot of power, because that's what I love, I could always just change out the filter by itself. I don't have to change the entire system. So guys, with this system, you got your assortment of clamps, okay? You have your super scoop, you have the Banks ram air. This is the plastic that goes over here. You got 4 screws that go with the plastic, and these over here are going with your sensors that I just unscrewed. Okay, so just be careful, don't lose anything, okay? Just be careful. But anyway, guys, what you're gonna need for this, you're gonna need a flathead, you're gonna need a T20 Torx screw, that's to take off your stock screws for your sensors. You're gonna need an 8mm socket, you're gonna need a 10mm socket, and this is important. You're gonna need that bad boy right there to take off all the freaking clips, all these clips right here, to get that ram air off. Guys, I would highly advise you, once you take all this shit off, clean it while it's off. Like, I'm gonna vacuum here soon, vacuum all of this junk, because you know how much stuff this is blocking? It's blocking a lot of air. Wow, that's crazy. But anyway, I don't know what this guy used to do. Oh, by the way, guys, the dry filters are really, really good if you're in super dusty areas as well. The cotton, it does catch definitely a lot of stuff because of the oil, but it'll get jacked up really fast. So this is why a dry filter is also good. So let's get on with this install. So guys, once you take off your piping and whatnot, just make sure, just let your sensors hang. Try not to let them touch anything else, you know, blah, blah, blah. And don't forget this gasket right here. This is for this square sensor right there, okay? Take some time, wipe that inlet right there for the turbo. Just be careful of any debris flying around, just so that nothing goes in there. You don't want anything going in there. Also, the grommets from this air box. There's 3 grommets. 1, hold on. 2 and 3, those are gonna be reused for that super scoop, okay? Let me put that in right now. An O-ring for this sensor. I think this might be, I don't know if this is your MAF sensor or what, but they give you a new O-ring. Just take the green one off, slide this bad boy on, just like so. Let's get back on with this. Those are for your sensors. They give you some Loctite. The Loctite is for the sensors, okay? Sensors. So pretty much got everything done. I just gotta vacuum up all this nonsense over here, but I wouldn't say this is a super difficult install. It's just slightly tricky with how the angle of the piping is. Obviously the Banks coupler, guys, you make sure the words Banks, like where if you're standing in front of the truck you can read it. Just make sure the arrow, there's an arrow right here, make sure it's like right in the middle of this where this hose connects. That's a good area to gauge the arrow. Just line it up directly in the middle of this so the coupler is nice and straight. I would definitely, guys, definitely follow their directions. They actually have pretty good directions on their sheet. It's, as I said, it's not really that hard. Also, you have to remember the grommets. Make sure you got to line up the grommets and stuff before you tighten everything down. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful with that. And obviously the last thing you do is these 4 screws right here for this Banks clear plastic. What I do like about this product, not only are you getting a lot of fresh air from whatever goes into the front of the truck, but also to the bottom, there's also an additional square cutout. There's an additional cutout to the bottom. And that actually helps. A lot of Ram Airs, I saw like S&B and AFE. I had an AFE in my old 1500 and it was okay. You know, I mean, you could definitely hear the noises and stuff like that. What I do like about this model is that the Bank stuff has the cutout to the bottom. So let's say you were in a, like, let's say something happens and a lot of water got close to the area or in here, at least it can drain out. Also, it's an additional port to allow air to come in from where the fender well is, if you get what I'm saying. So it's actually a pretty good design overall. As I said, guys, just be careful of the grommets. Make sure you put Loctite on your sensors. Make sure you plug them back in. And guys, I forgot to mention, either you disconnect your battery, both negatives or both positive terminals. What I did was I let my truck go to sleep. So my truck has been inactive for over an hour when I came out here and started doing this. Otherwise, because you don't want to throw a code, you know what I'm saying? So let me vacuum up this stuff real quick and I'll be back in a second. So guys, this piece right here that's under this, it's like, it's pretty much attached. There are 2 pop clips to release, and now you can release this by itself. You can literally wipe it down and those are the two bolts that I took off previously. What I would recommend is take that off, line it up with the scoop, put it in, bolt it down, and then you can put this piece right back on top. So it's not like all cumbersome to move, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah, baby, no codes up in here. All right, guys, so everything is finished. Everything is put back together nicely. I vacuumed out that all that garbage from the freaking coolers. Just 2 clips to set back, and we're done. Double check all your connections, all your hose clamps, double check everything, double check your sensors, and when you're done, start the car. And hopefully you did it where you don't have any codes. Guys, it's crazy. Like, if you put your ear to this, you could definitely hear the air vibration. That's actually pretty cool. What I'll do is I'll do a couple runs and a little bit on the street and listen to the difference in sound. And obviously, guys, the cold air intake obviously improves not only the amount of cold air that you can get into the system, into the compressor of the turbo, but that should also help your fuel economy as well. So, but the way I drive, I don't know if it's gonna help it. So anyway, I gotta clean all this junk up. Guys, make sure keep all your parts and stuff like that, just in case you might need them at a later date. Let's say you're gonna sell your truck or whatever. You could sell it with the bank stuff, but you know, it's always good to keep all your old stuff, all right? So anyway, guys, definitely like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. I'll do a drive later and we'll check it out. All right, guys, taking this bad boy for a drive. Not gonna lie, even with the windows up, the turbo noises, like you can hear that thing spooling just at very low RPM. It's actually pretty cool to listen to. I wanna freaking put the GoPro woo, listen to that freaking whine. It definitely opens up the gateway for the turbo a lot, like a lot. It's actually pretty cool. I like it. It reminds me like even my STI, when that thing is spooling up, you could hear that turbo. I have a pretty big turbo. It's a G35 1050 on that thing, so it's a 1100 horsepower capable turbo, and that thing, you could hear that thing like, sounds like a jet. This thing sounds freaking awesome. Woo! Listen to that shit suck air. Oh man, it sounds so good. It sounds so freaking good. I don't know if you can hear it. I try to put the window down. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the GoPro I'm gonna put the GoPro under the hood, so we're gonna listen to this bad boy real quick. All right, guys, about to put you guys under the hood. You could definitely hear a difference just at idle with this thing. Ready? Hold on, let me see where I'm gonna mount you real quick. So tell me you guys heard that. That shit sounded sick. Anyway, guys, Again, like, subscribe, comment. Banks, you guys are awesome. Every time I call there, you guys are a wealth of information. Thank you guys for supporting your product. That is major. They even comment on my YouTube. They even comment on Instagram, put me on their story. They stand behind their products. Guys, definitely like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. As I said, I used to have an AFE. There's Sinister make stuff for this. S&B. By far, this cold air intake is, with the design, is probably the best. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take it easy.